desert sky.
You know, and if it's love for your family, your wife, or your husband, or your kids, or your dogs, or your cats, or your horses, or whatever it is, you know.
George Strait's lifestyle exemplifies the perfect balance between country music stardom and humble family values. His estimated $300 million net worth supports not only his homes and hobbies, but also significant philanthropic efforts. Ever wondered what kind of home the King of Country retreats to? Or what secret hobbies make him feel most alive? Well, you're about to find out. And let me just say, it's nothing like you'd expect. So stay close, because we're diving deep into the lifestyle of the cowboy who never left his roots, even when the world begged him to go Hollywood. George Strait's hobbies and cowboy lifestyle. Far beyond the concert stage and recording studio, George Strait embodies the authentic cowboy identity that has defined his public persona throughout his career. His off-stage pursuits reveal a man deeply connected to traditional Western values and activities that have shaped both his music and personal life. The rugged landscapes of Texas ranches serve as more than just backdrops for George Strait's life. They represent his heritage and ongoing passion. Growing up in Pearsall, Texas, Strait developed an early affinity for ranch work that would remain with him throughout his rise to country music stardom. His 8,000-acre ranch near Cotulla, Texas, known as San Antonio Rose Palace, functions as both working cattle operation and personal sanctuary. Roping cattle isn't merely a hobby for Strait, but a fundamental aspect of his identity. He developed these skills long before achieving fame, having learned to handle livestock as part of his family's ranching tradition. His dedication to maintaining these skills alongside his music career demonstrates his commitment to preserving authentic cowboy traditions. Ever wonder what country legend George Strait does when he's not on stage? Turns out, he's not all rhinestones and cowboy boots. His life off stage is surprisingly peaceful, personal, and full of charm. From the ranch life to his longtime love story with Norma, there's a side of George most fans have never seen. Stick around till the end, because his hidden hobbies and stunning homes will make you see the King of Country in a whole new light. At his ranch, Strait raises Santa Gertrudis cattle, a breed developed in Texas that thrives in the state's challenging climate. This choice reflects his knowledge of and dedication to proper ranching practices. The daily operations of managing livestock, maintaining pastures, and overseeing ranch infrastructure provide Strait with purpose beyond his musical achievements. Hunting holds a special place among Strait's preferred recreational pursuits. The Texas Hill Country surrounding his properties offers abundant opportunities for deer hunting, which he often enjoys during the off-season from touring. These hunting expeditions allow him to connect with the land and continue family traditions he values deeply. Horseback riding represents another cornerstone of Strait's outdoor lifestyle. As an accomplished rider, he maintains a collection of quarter horses at his ranches, often spending mornings in the saddle before attending to other responsibilities. This daily ritual reinforces his connection to Western heritage and provides exercise that keeps him fit despite advancing years. Trail riding with family members has become an increasingly important activity for Strait, particularly as his touring schedule has reduced in recent years. These rides through his expansive properties offer opportunities for quiet reflection and family bonding away from public scrutiny. His appreciation for the Texas world is evident in how he has preserved natural features on his ranches while maintaining working operations. George Strait's passion for golf, cowboy, and fishing. Away from ranch responsibilities, golf provides Strait with competitive recreation that contrasts with his cowboy pursuits. His interest in the sport developed later in life, but quickly became a serious passion. Strait maintains a single-digit handicap, an impressive achievement for someone who took up the game as an adult, and regularly participates in celebrity tournaments for charitable causes. The Tapatio Springs Hill Country Resort near Bourne, Texas, which Strait co-owned until 2021, features a championship golf course where he frequently played. His investment in this property reflected both his love for the sport and his business acumen in developing recreational opportunities aligned with his personal interests. Fishing expeditions, primarily along the Texas Gulf Coast, round out Strait's recreational portfolio. His coastal property near Rockport provides direct access to some of Texas's premier saltwater fishing spots. Whether pursuing redfish in the shallow bays or heading offshore for larger game fish, these outings offer him respite from public attention and opportunities to enjoy Texas's diverse natural environments. The iconic Resistol Cowboy hat has become inseparable from Strait's public image, yet it represents genuine personal preference rather than calculated image-making. He typically favors crisp, starched Wrangler jeans paired with button-down shirts for both performances and daily wear, a uniform that transitions seamlessly between stage appearances and ranch work. His footwear choices further demonstrate his authentic cowboy credentials, with custom-made boots from traditional Texas bootmakers being his preferred option. These aren't merely fashion statements, but functional workwear that meets the demands of his ranching activities while honoring Texas craftsmanship. Strait's style exemplifies understated elegance within Western tradition, favoring quality materials and classic designs over flashy embellishments. This approach extends to his stage presence, where his consistent appearance has become a signature element of his performances. Even as country music fashion has evolved through trends of varying authenticity, Strait has maintained a timeless look grounded in working cowboy traditions. Team roping represents Strait's most serious competitive pursuit outside music. The George Strait Team Roping Classic, GSTRC, which he established in 1982, has grown into one of the sport's most prestigious events. Held annually in San Antonio, the competition attracts top ropers competing for substantial prize purses that have included trucks, trailers, and significant cash awards. As a competitor himself, Strait has demonstrated considerable skill in the header position, working alongside professional partners in this precise team sport. While his touring schedule once limited his participation, his semi-retirement from regular touring has allowed more time for competition and practice. His proficiency in this technically demanding sport has earned respect from professional ropers who recognize his dedication and ability. Beyond organizing and competing in the GSTRC, Strait supports the broader roping community through sponsorships and appearances at major events. His involvement has helped bring wider recognition to this traditional Western sport, introducing it to audiences who might otherwise never encounter authentic cowboy competitions. Through these diverse pursuits, George Strait maintains meaningful connections to the Western heritage that informs his music and personal values. His hobbies aren't casual diversions, but integral components of an authentic lifestyle that balances stardom with traditional Texas cowboy culture. Because George's connection to Western tradition doesn't stop at the arena, it flows into every corner of his life, including the places he calls home. But these aren't just mansions flaunting wealth. They're reflections of a man who never forgot where he came from. So don't go anywhere, because what you're about to see inside George Strait's homes might just tell you more about the man than any hit record ever could. Stick around, because each detail reveals a story, and the best ones are still ahead. Inside George Strait's stunning homes. The real estate portfolio of country music icon George Strait offers fascinating glimpses into his personal taste and priorities. Throughout his remarkable career, Strait has invested in several properties that serve as both private sanctuaries and expressions of his authentic Texas heritage. At the heart of Strait's real estate holdings sits his primary residence in San Antonio's exclusive Dominion neighborhood. This custom-built mansion, constructed in the late 1990s, spans approximately 7,925 square feet on a generous lot. The property perfectly balances luxury with traditional Texan architectural elements, featuring natural stone exteriors, expansive windows, and meticulous landscaping that provides privacy from neighboring estates. This residence serves as the Strait family's main home base, situated in a gated community that offers both security and seclusion. The property includes multiple bedrooms, formal entertaining spaces, and an expansive kitchen suitable for family gatherings. Outside, professionally maintained grounds feature native Texas plantings that thrive in the hill country climate. Noticeably absent are ostentatious displays of wealth that might characterize other celebrity homes. Instead, the mansion reflects Strait's preference for refined comfort over flashy extravagance. Its location provides convenient access to San Antonio's amenities, yet remains removed from the city's bustle. Along the Texas Gulf Coast, Strait maintains a waterfront retreat in Rockport that suffered significant damage during Hurricane Harvey in 2017. This coastal property offers direct access to prime fishing waters, supporting one of Strait's favorite recreational activities mentioned in previous sections. The Rockport residence features classic coastal architecture with elevated construction designed to withstand coastal weather events. Spacious outdoor living areas take advantage of Gulf breezes and water views, creating perfect spaces for family gatherings and entertaining friends. Its location provides Strait with opportunities to pursue saltwater fishing without traveling far from home. After Hurricane Harvey's destruction, Strait demonstrated his commitment to the coastal community by participating in relief efforts and rebuilding. His involvement in restoration projects extended beyond his personal property to support broader community recovery, revealing his deep connection to this region of Texas. George Strait's Bourne Ranch Retreat. Perhaps most aligned with Strait's cowboy identity is his substantial ranch property near Bourne in the Texas Hill Country. This working ranch serves multiple purposes in Strait's life, functioning as a cattle operation, a space for pursuing his passion for team roping, and a private family retreat away from public attention. The property features extensive equestrian facilities, including professionally designed arenas for roping practice and competition. Custom-built stables house Strait's quarter horses, with specialized areas for training and care. The ranch's cattle operation focuses primarily on Santa Gertrudis breeds, reflecting Strait's knowledge of Texas ranching traditions. Beyond its working aspects, the ranch includes comfortable living quarters that blend rustic elements with modern conveniences. Unlike many celebrity ranches that merely mimic Western aesthetics, Strait's property functions as a genuine agricultural operation while simultaneously providing luxury amenities for family and guests. A consistent architectural philosophy unites Strait's various properties despite their different settings. His homes generally incorporate regional materials that connect to Texas building traditions, open floor plans that facilitate family gatherings, substantial outdoor living spaces that blur the boundary between indoors and nature, and practical layouts that prioritize functionality alongside aesthetics. Interior design throughout his properties tends toward a sophisticated Western aesthetic. Custom woodwork, natural stone, and leather furnishings create warm, inviting spaces. Earth tones predominate, occasionally accented with subtle Western motifs that avoid cliché. Custom-built features accommodate specific needs, from climate-controlled guitar storage to specialized boot closets for his extensive collection. Professional design teams have worked closely with both George and Norma Strait to create interiors that feel simultaneously elegant and comfortable. The couple's preference for timeless design over trendy elements ensures their homes maintain relevance and functionality regardless of changing fashion. Each Strait property serves specific aspects of his multifaceted life. The San Antonio residence provides a formal base for family celebrations and business meetings, with proximity to urban amenities. The Rockport home connects him to coastal pursuits and relaxation away from career demands. The Bourne Ranch enables his continued engagement with authentic ranching traditions and equestrian activities. Consequently, these properties reveal Strait's priorities: family comfort, connection to Texas world, and spaces that accommodate his varied interests. Unlike many celebrities who maintain homes primarily as status symbols, Strait's properties function as genuine extensions of his daily life and activities. His homes also demonstrate commitment to privacy. All properties feature thoughtful security elements and layouts that separate public spaces from family areas. This architectural approach allows the Strait family to maintain normal interactions despite George's celebrity status. Ultimately, George Strait's real estate choices reflect the same authenticity that characterizes his music career. Rather than pursuing properties as investments or following celebrity housing trends, he has created homes that genuinely support his family life, ranching heritage, and recreational pursuits, each one a thoughtful expression of his enduring Texas identity. Because George's connection to Western tradition doesn't stop at the arena, it flows into every corner of his life, including the places he calls home. But these aren't just mansions flaunting wealth. They're reflections of a man who never forgot where he came from. So don't go anywhere, because what you're about to see inside George Strait's homes might just tell you more about the man than any hit record ever could. Stick around, because each detail reveals a story, and the best ones are still ahead. Philanthropy and the Jennifer Strait Foundation. Beyond his musical legacy, George Strait has built a profound philanthropic reputation rooted in personal tragedy and genuine compassion. His charitable work showcases a heart as authentic as his cowboy image. Tragedy struck the Strait family in 1986 when George and Norma's 13-year-old daughter, Jennifer, was killed in a one-car accident. This devastating loss led to George's notable retreat from media interviews for many years as the family processed their grief privately. In honor of their daughter's memory, the Straits established the Jennifer Lynn Strait Foundation, creating a lasting legacy that transforms personal tragedy into hope for others. The foundation survives strictly through private donations, primarily from friends and fans who learn about it through word of mouth. These contributions are placed in an investment fund, with the annual earnings directed toward child-related charities. George once shared touching memories about Jennifer on the foundation's website. Jennifer had so many special friends, but we never met one of them we didn't like. They were special to her. They were special to us. Her very special love of all, though, was her brother, Bubba. The Jennifer Strait Memorial Foundation focuses its donations on various nonprofit organizations, primarily in the San Antonio area where the Strait family resides. As a 501c3 national nonprofit organization, the foundation serves as a living memorial while making a tangible difference in children's lives. Frank Bowman, a former officer and director of the foundation, once noted, "Because of the courage and inspiration of George and Norma Strait, this trust has benefited countless young people in need while keeping Jennifer's memory alive." George's philanthropy extends beyond children's causes to supporting military veterans, reflecting his own service background. Strait served in the U.S. Army from 1971-75, stationed at Schofield Barracks in Hawaii, where he attained the rank of corporal. For nearly 14 years, George has collaborated with Military Warriors Support Foundation, allowing them to present approximately 120 mortgage-free homes to combat wounded veterans and Gold Star families across 32 states. This initiative has resulted in approximately USD 61 million worth of homes being gifted during his concerts. Additionally, since 2010, Strait has served as spokesman for the Wrangler National Patriot Program, Wrangler founded this initiative in December 2009 with a USD 50,000 donation to raise awareness and funds for wounded or fallen American veterans and their families. The program sells National Patriot clothing items at rodeos nationwide, with a portion of proceeds benefiting military charities. Most recently, Strait demonstrated his commitment to helping others through the Straight to the Heart benefit concert for Texas flood victims. Held in July 2025, this event raised an impressive $6.25 million for families devastated by catastrophic flooding in Hill County, Texas. The concert featured performances from fellow country artists, including Garth Brooks, Riley Green, and Randy Houser, serving as both entertainment and a powerful fundraiser. Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Pastor Max Lucado made appearances, praising first responders and encouraging continued generosity. In a touching display during his concerts, George typically pauses his performances to recognize combat-wounded veterans and Gold Star spouses. These heroes are brought on stage, celebrated by thousands in the crowd, and presented with mortgage-free homes. The audience invariably begins chanting, "USA, USA, USA," creating powerful moments of national gratitude. George also supports the 100 Clubs of San Antonio, a nonprofit organization dedicated to families of law enforcement, firefighters, and EMT in San Antonio and Bazar County, who have fallen in the line of duty. Through these varied charitable efforts, Strait's Philanthropy reveals the depth of character behind the country music legend. But just when you think you've got George figured out, the humble, loyal Texan with a heart of gold, another layer reveals itself. Because while his values are grounded, his tastes, they soar. From custom rides to private jets, George Strait's world off the stage is filled with sleek engines and high-end elegance you wouldn't expect. Trust us, you need to see this side of him. So don't go anywhere, because what's coming next might just change how you see the king of country. Forever. George Strait's vehicles and taste for luxury. From luxury sedans to rugged ranch trucks, George Strait's vehicle collection mirrors his dual identity as both music superstar and working cowboy. His automotive choices reflect a man who appreciates refinement yet remains grounded in practical Texas sensibilities. Within his vehicle collection, Strait occasionally indulges in high-end automobiles that complement his success. His garage reportedly houses a sleek Bentley Continental GT, a British luxury vehicle combining sophisticated engineering with understated elegance. Unlike many celebrities who flaunt exotic supercars, Strait's luxury vehicle choices tend toward refined classics that emphasize craftsmanship over flash. His preference extends to American-made luxury vehicles as well, including select Cadillac models that offer comfort for longer drives between performances or business engagements. These vehicles primarily serve his San Antonio residents, providing comfortable transportation for formal events or city errands. In stark contrast to his luxury sedans, Strait's working vehicles embody pure functionality. Heavy-duty Ford and Chevrolet pickup trucks dominate this portion of his collection, equipped with practical modifications for ranch work, including reinforced suspensions and specialized hauling capabilities. These trucks serve essential roles at his Bourne Ranch property, transporting equipment, hauling horse trailers to roping competitions, and navigating rugged ranch terrain. Indeed, these utilitarian vehicles see far more use than their luxury counterparts, reflecting the significant time Strait devotes to ranching activities. For recreational purposes around his properties, Strait maintains several customized golf carts that facilitate movement across his expansive grounds. These modified vehicles allow efficient transportation between his home, stables, and practice arenas without disturbing the natural environment. At his golf-oriented properties, specialized carts feature enhanced comfort for lengthy rounds. undeniably reflecting his serious approach to the sport as previously mentioned. Throughout his vehicle collection, Strait maintains a consistent philosophy. Vehicles serve specific purposes rather than status symbols. His luxury cars accommodate public appearances and formal obligations, whereas trucks handle daily ranch work, each fulfilling distinct roles in his multifaceted lifestyle. This pragmatic approach extends even to his vehicle maintenance practices, as he reportedly prefers keeping vehicles in excellent working condition rather than frequently replacing them with newer models. Herein lies perhaps the most revealing aspect of Strait's character. Even with substantial wealth, his vehicle choices remain fundamentally practical. Even with a fortune at his fingertips, he still opts for function over flash, comfort over clout. And that right there might be the most revealing clue about his character. Because if you're wondering what kind of man chooses simplicity over show, you don't need to look any further than the one constant in his life that's been there through it all, Norma. And trust us, she's the part of this story you absolutely can't miss. If you think George Strait's success was built on music alone, just wait until you hear how much of his heart, grit, and grounding came from the woman who's been there from day one. Norma Strait, the heart of George's life. Behind every successful man stands a strong woman. And for country music legend George Strait, that woman is Norma Strait. While George captivates audiences with his smooth vocals and traditional country sound, Norma has remained a steadfast presence throughout his remarkable career. Her influence extends far beyond being merely the wife of a country star. She has been instrumental in shaping both his personal happiness and professional success. Norma Voss grew up in Pearsall, Texas, a small town southwest of San Antonio, where traditional values and close-knit community defined daily life. Born in the early 1950s, she experienced the simplicity of rural Texas living during her formative years. Unlike many celebrity spouses who emerge from entertainment backgrounds, Norma's upbringing was remarkably ordinary, rooted in the same down-to-earth Texan culture that would later define her husband's authentic country music persona. Norma attended Pearsall High School, where she participated in typical small-town activities and developed the grounded personality that would eventually complement George's rising star. Her practical nature and strong family values were instilled during these early years in Pearsall, setting the foundation for the steadying influence she would later have on one of country music's biggest stars. Throughout her childhood and adolescence, Norma developed qualities that would serve her well in her future role: adaptability, resilience, and a strong moral compass. These characteristics would prove invaluable as she later navigated the often turbulent waters of the music industry alongside her husband. The love story between George and Norma began in their hometown of Pearsall, Texas, where both attended high school. Their first encounter occurred at a gathering in the early 1970s, marking the beginning of what would become one of country music's most enduring marriages. Initially, they were merely acquaintances who shared mutual friends and moved in the same social circles. Interestingly, George later revealed that he had known Norma since elementary school, though they didn't begin dating until their high school years. Their early years together were marked by significant challenges and transitions. Within a year of their marriage, they welcomed their first child, daughter Jennifer, in October 1972. This addition to their family came while George was still serving in the military, requiring both partners to mature quickly as they balanced new parenthood with military obligations. Perhaps most significantly, Norma encouraged George to pursue his musical ambitions at a critical juncture in his life. In the late 1970s, when George was considering abandoning his music dreams for more stable employment, Norma gave him an ultimatum that changed the course of country music history. She told him to give music one last serious attempt before settling for conventional work. This pivotal moment of support came when George was preparing to take a job in a factory designing cattle pens. Recognizing his genuine talent and passion, Norma convinced him to continue performing for one more year. During this time, George formed the Ace in the Hole band and began building the foundation for his legendary career. Throughout George's rise to fame, Norma managed numerous behind-the-scenes aspects of their life together. She maintained their household during his frequent tours, raised their children with consistent values despite their father's growing celebrity status, and provided the emotional stability necessary for George to focus on his musical development. Furthermore, Norma helped George navigate business decisions in the early days of his career. Before he assembled a professional management team, she assisted with practical matters related to bookings and performances. Her practical nature complemented George's artistic temperament, creating a balanced partnership that allowed his talent to flourish. Unlike many entertainment industry spouses, Norma has maintained a notably private profile throughout George's decades in the spotlight. She rarely gives interviews or makes public statements, preferring to support her husband away from media attention. Nevertheless, she has accompanied George to major industry events, award ceremonies, and special occasions where her presence signifies the importance of these moments in his career. Among her most notable public appearances are those at the Country Music Association Awards, where George has received numerous honors throughout his career. In published photographs spanning decades, observers can note Norma's consistent elegance and understated style. Whether at rodeo events, music industry gatherings, or family celebrations, she presents herself with a natural grace that reflects her authentic character rather than following celebrity fashion trends. The longevity of George and Norma's marriage, now exceeding 50 years, stands as a remarkable achievement, especially within the entertainment industry, where relationships often struggle under public scrutiny. Their enduring partnership serves as the cornerstone of George's balanced lifestyle, which seamlessly integrates his musical career with personal priorities. Norma's influence is evident in George's commitment to family time, despite demanding tour schedules throughout his career. Former band members and associates have noted how George prioritized returning home between performances whenever possible, a practice unusual for artists of his caliber, but reflective of the values he and Norma share. Additionally, Norma has helped maintain their connection to ranching and the traditional Western lifestyle they both cherish. Their shared appreciation for horses, cattle ranching, and rural living has influenced George's authentic cowboy image, not as a marketing strategy, but as a genuine expression of their preferred way of life. When facing the devastating loss of their daughter Jennifer in 1986, Norma's strength and faith provided essential support for the entire family. Together, they channeled their grief into establishing the charitable foundation that continues to honor Jennifer's memory while helping others. Moreover, Norma's practical approach to managing success and wealth has influenced their relatively modest lifestyle compared to other celebrities of George's stature. Despite substantial financial resources, they have maintained properties primarily in Texas, remaining connected to their roots, rather than adopting the jet-setting lifestyle common among entertainment elites. Through 5 decades of marriage, Norma has remained George Strait's most trusted confidant and strongest supporter. Their relationship has weathered the typical challenges of any long-term marriage, while also navigating the unique pressures of fame. The result is a partnership that has not only sustained George's remarkable career, but has also created a legacy of stability, authenticity, and enduring love. With this, we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do well to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. To enjoy more thrilling stories, click now on the following video that pops up on your screen.